My name is Andrew from Music Scene Media, and I am joined by Capstan. And can you guys tell us what your name is, and what role you play in the band?
Absolutely. I'm Anthony, and I'm the vocalist.
I'm Harrison, and I play rhythm guitar.
Sweet, it is nice to meet you guys, and we're definitely glad to have you out on here.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks
for
for having
having us.
us.
Yeah, of course. Let's just dive right in. You just wrapped up a touring cycle with Holding Absence in the US. How would you describe that experience overall?
I would say overall, one of the most fun tours we've done, definitely the longest, but everybody was super awesome on the tour. It was really awesome to meet all of those guys and girls. And it was just an incredible experience.
Yeah, they have a really cool fan base, and I think that it we gelled really well with them.
Yeah, fan base too. Yeah, we made a lot of new fans.
Yeah,
So
cool.
overall, I'd say it was incredible.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a chance to go out to the Atlanta date over at the
Oh,
Masquerade, and oh my God, the crowd was so loud. They showed up for you guys that day.
I'm gonna be honest, that was the probably the best Atlanta show we have ever had.
yeah,
And like we
that
were
one went off pretty hard.
yeah, we were very excited about that for sure.
Yeah, my a personal thing. My girlfriend is a huge fan of you guys. She's not here right now, but she sends her welcome to you. You guys actually wrote up a set list for her that night, a custom made one. You guys all signed it. Thought that was really special and really cool, you guys.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
absolutely. That was something that we decided on this run too, is running our own merch and being able to interact with our fans as much as we can was like number one. It's just really cool to connect that way because that's what we're trying to do with our music as is, just emotionally connect with other humans, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, second off, speaking of touring, you've toured with bands such as Silverstein, Bayside, Being as an Ocean, and In Our Own Words. Are there any acts in particular that you love to tour with or open for?
I mean, there are tons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great question.
We're pretty, I mean, who wouldn't we want to?
Yeah.
Like I've recently been on a big Enter Shikari kick
Yeah.
recently, so I'd love to do a run with them. But I mean, there's not really
Yeah,
anyone we wouldn't.
the list goes on, and we to be honest, we are all so diverse with what music we listen to. So like each one of us probably has a different act that we would love to tour with. But we like to think we get along with everybody. So it's like if you want to take us out on the road, we're gonna go. We're gonna work hard, but we're gonna have a good time too, you know?
Yeah, for sure. You have a new album entitled The Mosaic, and it's coming out on May 24th. How did the creative processes behind the album differ from your previous two albums?
That's a
Oh,
good one.
so this is, and we've talked about it before. I think this is the, how did I say this? Uh, so the creative process for this, we did this entire record ourselves, which we've never really done before. I work at a studio. Joe is really good at like Joe's learning how to work Pro Tools and stuff. And so for the last couple records that we've done, we've always gone to a producer and an engineer. And for this one, we really wanted it to be as authentic to ourselves as we could. So a big part of that was convincing Fearless to let us do it our way. And because they're so cool, they let us. But this is the first Capstan record, besides like even our early EPs, where the production, the recording, the songwriting, everything was 100% us. And it took us like we spent over a year and a half writing it.
It was a long time.
It was a long
Yeah. A
time.
lot of
And
songs though, so at least we have that to show.
yeah, and we like, when we started it, we're like, we'll do like the normal thing, and then it just kept evolving and evolving, and before I knew it, it was 18 songs. It's a bit of a concept record. But yeah, so like I said, like I think it's definitely like we all feel like it's the thing that the record that we're most proud of so far because everything was 100% done by us the way we wanted to do it. So we're
I'd be going over to his place to do my vocal tracking. He's
yeah.
like, hey, come on over. I'm like, all right, I'll see you in a minute.
And yeah, I noticed a lot of bands nowadays would rather do everything themselves rather than have to deal with a whole production team in general. And it's really sick that you guys have that freedom, and Fearless allows you to do that with this newest release.
Dude, absolutely. And I do think that there are some pros to going to someone else. Like when you have an outside ear, it's great. But like because we have so many outside ears within ourselves, it was like almost like a checks and balances on each other. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it turned out very, very well, in my opinion.
And we did mix it up a little bit. Like I shouldn't say like one thing that we did different on this record too is because we were like we probably should bring an outside ear in. Our
That's right.
very good friend Brian, who plays drums in Belmont, he ended up flying down a few times to help us with just like the electronic production because like Belmont kills it on their electronic stuff. So there's I think like 4 or 5 songs where Brian actually like came in and like helped
He
us. So.
he worked on like the electronic part, and then also Chris Crummett mix and mastered it.
Yeah,
And that
but
was great. But like as far as tracking goes, it was all
tracking
us.
pretty much
Yeah.
all the production and songwriting. But like,
Yes.
yeah, Brian helped with a lot of the electronic parts, and that's like I feel like if you listen closely, you can kind of hear it's like there's some parts that are a little Belmont-esque, but uh,
Yeah, I was definitely going to add in on that. I'm a fan of Belmont as well. They are absolutely killing it nowadays. And
Yes.
I looked up your tour history, and you have toured together. And so I guess it kind of being on the road and knowing each other, you kind of feed off of each other creatively as well. And I'm definitely looking forward to hearing that little bit of electronic influence in your new work as well. It's gonna be
Yeah,
sick.
yeah, it's cool for
yeah,
sure.
that's fun.
Okay, next question. Back in December of 2023, you released an EP entitled Nulla. All 4 albums from that art songs from that EP are included as part of your newest LP. What inspired the decision to combine that EP with this new album?
It had been the plan the entire time. Um, because we had so many songs, we thought that it would probably be a good idea to package a few of them at first. But they do have the essential flow and thought of the rest of our record. So we couldn't not include them, but we also thought, hey, these are the singles that we want to put out there first. Let's package it together as an EP.
Yeah, it's fair. Continuing on the topic of the album, The Mosaic, it's a double album and it has 18 total tracks, like you said. What
Mhm.
sparked the decision to make this body of work your longest to date?
I think it worked itself out, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it
Like,
wasn't a conscious decision that we made. It was more like as we were writing, because in the past when we've written for records, we'll write like 25 songs, pick the top ones we like. But the thing that kind of came with this one, is that one, since we're not going to a studio to record it, we're not really limited with time. And then the other thing was like a lot of the songs tie in together, and it's like, well, if we cut this song, then you're gonna miss out on this really cool callback in this song, and because it very much all the songs very much like even though they're so different, they weave together really intricately. So like just cutting one of these tracks would kind of kill another interesting part on a different track. So really it was we didn't plan on it. It just kind of happened, and then we're like, will the label let us do this? Because this is a big record. And like we said, Fearless was they're like, you guys always do your own thing. So like we're just gonna go with the flow of what you want to do. So it kind of worked out.
Sweet. I was looking at the track list in advance, and it looks like you potentially have some interludes on there. And you would also mention that this new album is sort of a concept album. Does it follow a specific story at all, or any kind of emotional themes?
the emotional theme is definitely leaving love wherever we can leave love. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
I wouldn't say it has like it definitely has a theme, just being better as a human and I think all of the songs are, some are introspective and, you realizing, hey, like I'm not as good of a person as I thought, or I can be a better person. But thematically, I think love is a big one on this record.
Yeah, the last record we had, we were writing that during COVID, and there's a lot of really dark themes. And after it came out and we all kind of sat and talked, we were like, our lives have changed significantly. A lot of us are fathers now. And I think what we were talking about when we were just the idea of this record is like we want to leave something positive behind as opposed to just like, and don't get me wrong, like negative songs are important because for some reason when you're having that terrible day and you hear a song that for some reason should make you feel bad, but makes you feel better that day. Like those are important, but like we wanted to leave like we want something positive and happy, like something that like encourages people to be better. Like that's what we wanted to leave with this record.
It's essentially a reflection of all of your own self-growth as well. You're writing all of your emotions and putting all of your emotions into these tracks. And not only are you speaking about yourselves, but in a way, you're influencing your own audience to take a look at themselves while they're listening to the records and the songs and grow from it.
Yes,
Exactly. Yeah.
It's kind of what Beartooth did with their newest album. If you haven't heard that, it's
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
great.
a whole lot of self-reflection. I really like that kind of point of view, and I think more bands should be doing that as well. I think it's a great one.
Absolutely.
And on the topic of yourselves personally, that your audience knows you as a band, but they don't know that much about you guys personally.
Mhm.
Outside of creating music and touring, what are your hobbies and interests?
Oh, I got a good one that we both share.
Yeah.
Golf. I
Yeah.
love to golf.
Big
Yeah.
golfers.
Yeah, we're a pretty big golfing group.
Three out of the five of us are.
Basically any bar sport that you could think of, I love to do. I'm a bowler. I love playing pool. I love going golfing, like playing darts, like that. Those are the types of hobbies that I have. And then I also like spending time with my family here, which is cool. But I mean, music is definitely a huge part. I collect records. Like I like to listen to actual records. I listen to the whole thing, side A, side B, side C, side D, whatever. I listen to the entire thing. But yeah, and then just watching movies. Movies are a big one for me too.
I'm a huge nerd.
Yeah.
I think there you are. Thought we lost you for a second.
Oh, you see me?
Yeah, you're good.
All right.
Yeah, I'm a huge nerd. Like, my recent obsession has been because I listen to a lot of audiobooks because I work at a recording studio. So, and my studio is like 45 minutes away from my house, so it's a long drive. And if I'm going to be recording music all day, I don't want to listen to music on the drive. So I got really into audiobooks, and I've gone down this dark or deep tunnel of it's called lit RPGs, where it's basically like video games, like RPGs, but on a book series. And there's a ton that's all I've been on recently. I love like Baldur's Gate. Just yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing if I'm not like working on music or playing golf.
Yeah.
I kind of see myself while you're talking about some of the things that you do. I don't even know if you can see it behind me, but got a record collection back
Yeah,
there.
dude,
The
sick.
whole thing. Yeah. I'm trying not to show too much of my room, but I don't have a workspace. But yeah, I'm a big record collector, and I've kind of gotten my girlfriend into it too. And we've been looking for your records, but oh my God, I think they're out of print right now. And they're
Yeah,
selling
so we
astronomically high.
haven't gone to Fearless to get more recently,
I think they still
but
have
they still have
they still have some, I think, on their web store.
Yeah, if you
I might
check
be wrong.
theirs, check their website because they may have them.
The old EPs though, those have
Those
been
ones have been out of print for a while. We definitely do plan to do something in the future though.
yeah.
And on the topic of, you said you play video games and you collect movies or watch movies a lot.
Mhm.
What kind of games other than Baldur's Gate have you been playing recently? And what movies have you been watching recently?
I'm actually starting to get into Fallout 4 again because the Fallout series comes out in a month from now
Oh yeah,
on
that's right.
Amazon. I'm like super stoked for it. So I'm like, I'm gonna start playing that again. But The movie I literally was just watching the other day, Bad Times at the El Royale. Like I buy them and they're just classics, so I watch them over again. But Bad Times
Yeah,
at the El Royale is a big one, and then No Country for Old Men I was watching earlier today. I'm just like,
Yeah, it's a
it's
banger.
just a great movie, and I'm like, ah. So I've been watching a lot of that. And then I just finished the new True Detective Night Country. So I do like shows
we
as well, but
yeah.
Night Country was really good. And um what we're gonna go see with my son. He is 7-year-old. He wants to see the new Kung Fu Panda, so we're gonna go
It's
take him.
good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I
Yeah,
went out and saw it.
I've been, like I said, I'm RPG all the way. Tears of the Kingdom. I was playing Tears of the Kingdom, and then Starfield came out. I'm a
Oh, Starfield. I forgot about
huge
that.
Bethesda fan. And a lot of people talk smack about it, but I loved it.
Yo.
I got Tears of the Kingdom, the Steelbook edition, bro.
But see, that was one of the best games ever. Like, I was hoping that it would be just like Breath of the Wild, and it was, except they added like two other like levels to maps, and I was like, this is incredible. Um, I recently, the last week, have gotten into Pal World a lot. I'm trying to get everyone else in the
Yeah,
band
he
to
was just
play.
telling me last night. He goes, "You got to download it, man."
It's because it's on Game Pass,
Yeah.
dude. It's on Game Pass.
I've seen a little bit of that, but haven't gotten a chance to check it out. But I definitely will take a look. Anyways, back to business.
Yeah.
Your band can be classified as a blend of post-hardcore, pop punk, and metalcore. You're part of the Warp Tour-esque scene, and I've noticed nowadays as a very competitive genre, and a lot of bands kind of compete to make new moves in the genre itself, and it ends up a lot of the time bands sound similar in styles and songs. What kind of branching off of that, what risks have you taken with your sound and writing that have helped you separate yourselves from being labeled or compared to other artists?
I think that's a really good question. But when we write music, especially on this record that we have just put together, we write for ourselves. So it's almost as if like we're not writing to appease a certain person or a certain genre. We write because we think it sounds good and we enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say with this record, especially, um, it may be all over the place, like genre speaking, but each song has its own lane, and we stick to that lane, and I love how it turned out. So I would say because we write for ourselves and we're happy with the end product, that is almost like looked at as maybe taking a risk of like, this doesn't really sound like this type of genre. Like, why would we do this song? We just do it because we love it. And I think that it breaks up the monotony of just being like, exactly the same.
Yeah, it's a dangerous game when you start writing music for other people instead of yourself.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And I think one thing that we've just always done is it's if we like something, then we'll just do it. So like I said, the new record's 18 songs. There's probably 3 different EPs. So like if you're really into heavy stuff, you could take this record and make a heavy EP for yourself. If you like the pop stuff that we do, you could make a 4-song EP of the pop songs we do. If you like the pop punk, like so like, and we as people like it because sometimes you put a record on and it's the same type of song over and over again for 10 songs, and it just kind of gets like daunting. So like,
Mhm.
I don't know. One thing we do is we just change it up, and we'll
Yeah, we
really,
change it up.
really change it up sometimes.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. A lot of artists, yeah, they have their style, but they kind of tie themselves down when they make the same kind of record over and over again. And I really appreciate the fact, from a fan standpoint, that you guys don't care as much about what people try to label you as, and you are true to yourselves the entire time. And I think that's honestly commendable.
Thank you. I
Yeah, thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Yeah, of course. Moving forward, what direction do you all see the band taking creatively, professionally, and or touring wise?
That's a tough question too. As far as creative, I think we're just gonna take a back seat for a moment. I mean, granted, we're always creating, but like we just finished the 18 songs, so it's like, oh God, I can't even like
It was a marathon.
it was a
yeah.
marathon. So like I don't even know when we're gonna start, which obviously it's gonna happen within the next week, I guarantee it. It's like,
Probably.
oh yeah, I got this idea. But that we are going to focus on hitting the road. We want to be out there. We want to, we want to reinstate the new fans that we made on Holding Absence and bring some new material out to the touring circuit. I do know that we will be doing a headliner sometime after the record comes out. We don't know exactly when, but I know we're definitely focusing on some support touring. We want to get in front of new people. We want to put ourselves in a room with people, and we will win them over as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, it's because like I said, this record took like a year and a half. So we didn't tour at all last year because we were working so much on this record. And I think right now our eyes are just kind of set on putting ourselves out there again, seeing all of our fans and playing some killer shows.
Yeah.
Well, you guys actually answered my next question. It was going to be, can you tell anyone about touring plans that you may have?
When does this air?
It'd probably be up in a couple days. I mean, I could put it up whenever you would like, honestly.
Just keep your eyes peeled for
Yeah,
something coming in the summer.
We should have something announcing where we'll be back on the road
in the summer.
Yeah,
we're doing the summer run.
You guys heard it here first.
Yeah.
Check out Capstan when they come out. Well, anyways, thank you both for your time. Do you have any closing messages for your fans that may be watching?
Go like and follow and subscribe
to both of us.
To check out, like, don't pre-order, just pre-save the Mosaic, which comes out soon. We'll have a bunch of new singles coming out within the next few weeks, so keep your eyes peeled.
Stay true to yourselves.
That's a good one. That's a great one. Well, anyways, this is Andrew from Music Scene Media, and I'm joined by Capstan, and their newest LP, The Mosaic, will be released on May 24th through Fearless Records. Well, thank you guys so much.
Andrew, thank you very much for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Y'all have a great day.
You too.